Hey, what's going on, everybody? I have my Rams Up Straight Up picks for week 14. Last week, another good week. Pete and I both went 14-2, so I maintain an 8-pick lead on him. So let's see, we differed on 2 picks and we split them. I had picked the Dolphins over the Packers Thanksgiving evening, and I got slammed on that one, obviously. And Pete had picked the Jets over the Seahawks, so he got that one wrong. Almost got it right, so if he had a chance there to pick up 2 games on me, but he did not. And so we go into week 14. I have that 8-pick lead, 127 right, 68 wrong. We got 6 teams on buys this week, so an abbreviated schedule. And let's see, what do we got here? We will start with that Thursday night game, Lions at the Packers. Lions favored by 3.5. Lions have won 5 out of the last 6, including earlier this year in Green Bay. Lions win here will pretty much relegate the Packers to a pursuit of a wild card spot. Maybe they already are, but they have a shot at winning this division if they can beat the Lions. They still have to leapfrog over the Vikings as well, though. But I think the Lions are going to sweep the Packers here, win in Green Bay as well. And I just think they're the better team. Packers, I'm not completely sold on them. Jordan Love, Jared Goff, man, it's a tough call. I know most people probably will still lean towards Jordan Love. Not me. I'll take Goff any day of the week, and I think the Lions win here. Jets at the Dolphins -6. Miami barely breathing, and the Jets are a mess. The Dolphins will win here. Falcons at the Vikings. Vikings favored by 5.5. If the Falcons go in tied, so the Falcons go in tied with the Bucs here atop the NFC South, but they've beaten them twice. The Falcons have beaten the Bucs twice. Meanwhile, the Saints, they had a shot to climb back into it. If they had beaten the Rams, couldn't get it done. And this is a big game for the Vikings, too. They win, and suddenly they're even with the Lions if the Lions lose to the Packers. So the NFC North is going to be wildly entertaining. If the Vikings win here and the Packers beat the Lions, man, it's going to be crazy. But I think the Vikings will win this game, and they have some work to do to leapfrog over the Lions, even if they do win here. But man, the Vikings win, Packers win. It's going to be a lot of fun in a very, very talented NFC North. Saints at the Giants +5. Drew Lock back at quarterback. Saints, they're definitely a better team than the Giants. Go on the road, always a tough assignment in New York, but I think the Saints win here. Panthers at the Eagles. Eagles by 12.5. How much time do we want to spend talking about this game? I'm done talking about this game. Eagles will win pretty easily, and I think that point spread may be spot on, actually. Browns at the Steelers -7. Both of these teams put up points last week. Surprisingly, the Steelers put up 44 on the Bengals. The Browns gave the Broncos defense all they could handle. Steelers trying to stay ahead of the Ravens in this division, the AFC North. Steelers had the Eagles next, and then the Ravens in Baltimore. The Ravens have a bye this week, and then they play the Giants before the Steelers come to town. So the Ravens could really make some noise here in the next few weeks. Steelers have to hold serve, have to win this game, and it's not going to be easy. These divisional matchups in the AFC North are always slugfests, but I think the Steelers will figure it out. Jaguars at the Titans. Now I see the Titans are favored by 3.5. They play really good defense, and I think that'll be the difference here. Trevor Lawrence may play. He probably shouldn't, but I'll take the Titans in that one. Raiders at the Bucs. Bucs favored by 6.5. If this was in Las Vegas, I would take the Raiders, but at least I'd be tempted to. Raiders gave the Chiefs all they could handle last week. That was a really good game, and things got mucked up at the end there by the Raiders and by the refs. But Bucs have a lot more to play for at this point. Bucs now tied with the Falcons right now. Falcons have beaten them twice, so they need to get one leg up on the Falcons, and they can't afford to lose this one. Got to win this one. Seahawks at the Cardinals. Cardinals favored by 3. Monumental game in the NFC West. If the Cardinals lose this, they've already lost to the Seahawks once a couple of weeks ago. If they lose here, they're pretty much done in their pursuit of an NFC West title, in my opinion. The math just doesn't work out well for them. And I think the Cardinals are going to win this, though, and get some revenge on the Seahawks. Really tough game to pick. 2 really unpredictable teams. I have a feeling this will be extremely entertaining, though. I'll take the home team. Then we have the Bears at the 49ers. 49ers favored by 4, and that point spread gives you an idea of what a mess the 49ers are. I think if their roster was squared away, it'd probably be a double-digit point spread. This is a tough game to pick, though, because of all the injuries. 49ers defense has not been playing well. Bears actually have been, pretty competitive, right? I mean, you see what happened at the end of the game there last week. Had a chance to beat the Lions, and it fell apart. I mean, that was just horrible. But they played really good football, especially in the second half. Maybe Caleb Williams is starting to figure it out. That's what happens. Interim coaches, it just changes things and changes the trajectory of teams that have been really struggling. The mistake that these teams make is then hand the keys to the interim coach the following season. I never think very rarely is that a good idea. I'd like to hear about some instances where that has worked out well. I can think off the top of my head of a bunch of instances where it did not. But 49ers, though, I still think are good enough to win this game. It could be pretty tight, though. McCaffrey's not going to play. Ayuk's not going to play. 49er defense is average. Deebo Samuel just doesn't seem like the player he used to be. I'd be really excited if the Bears could win this, but I don't think it's going to happen. Now, one game I do think the underdog is going to win, the Sunday Night Football game, Chargers at the Chiefs. Chiefs -4. Chiefs have won 6 straight in this rivalry, including 17-10 earlier this year at SoFi. That ends here. The Chargers win this football game. The Chiefs have just been really unimpressive, and they run into a Chargers team that, except for maybe 1 or 2 exceptions, has played incredible defense. They're going to give the Chiefs all they can handle. Patrick Mahomes and that offense has not been all that this year, not the Chiefs we're used to. And Justin Herbert gets just enough done on offense to beat the Chiefs. So, yeah, I'm taking the Chargers. And that would potentially propel the Bills into the number 1 seed in the AFC if they win. Well, we have 2 more games to talk about, including the Rams-Bills. Bengals at Cowboys. And, the Bengals defense just got smashed by the Steelers last week. But Joe Burrow versus Cooper Rush, I'll take Joe Burrow. The Bengals win on the road. And then we have the Bills at the Rams. Bills favored by 4.5. I'm surprised it's not more, actually. We talked about this at the roundtable. Not a good matchup for the Rams in a lot of ways. They're not going to get to Josh Allen that much. And if they do, be careful what you wish for. He will escape and do major damage throwing on the run and just running. This is a very well-balanced Bills team. Do the Rams have a shot at winning this? Yeah, I think they have more to play for. This game certainly means a lot more to them. But the Bills aren't going to, I don't think you're going to catch them sleeping. They're not looking ahead to any other major matchups. They have the Rams in their sights at SoFi. Remember what happened last time they played, that Thursday night season opener after the Rams had won the Super Bowl, and that was dreadful. One of the most deflating performances by our Rams that I can remember. Probably up there in the top 3 or 4 of the last few years. Don't get me started on that topic. But very rarely do I pick against the Rams, but I have to in this one. I think the Bills get the best of the Rams here, and the Rams bounce back on Thursday night with a win over the 49ers. keep their season alive. This is not a must-win game for the Rams. What we have to hope for is the Cardinals beat the Seahawks, keep everything tight in that division. Rams win out in the NFC West, and they're probably the division champs. So we can afford a loss here, and I'm predicting a loss, but I wouldn't be totally shocked if the Rams pulled the upset. That's my Rams Up Straight Up picks for week 14 out here from Rams Up.